In this video, we're going to graph a hyperbola not centered at the origin from an equation in standard form. It says graph the hyperbola given below using the transverse axis, the center, the vertices, and the co-vertices. So they already have this graphed, so I'm just going to show why this graph is the way it is. So we're going to start by saying that we notice we have the x term first, and if the x term is first, then we'd be opening left to right. And that would tell us, they don't ask for the asymptotes, but I'm going to use it anyways. That would tell us that the asymptotes would be y equals plus minus b over a x. And then we know that for our vertices, the distance that would be changing would be the x values. So we can say that for our vertices, they would change by the x value. So we'd have the center, which we know the center is always, let's write that up here, center is always h comma k. So if we're moving side to side here, that's going to be h plus and minus a, because a is always the distance from the center to the vertice, comma k. And for the foci, I'm not sure if they don't ask for foci, but we'll do it anyways. For the foci, we would have h plus and minus c, comma, k. And then for the co-vertices, I'll write those down here. For the co-vertices, these are actually found on this graph here and here, and the distance between them is b, but notice that's in the y direction. So we have h, comma, k, plus and minus b. Okay, now that we have all our formulas written, we can start finding some information. So we know the center comes from this piece, and the center there would be 2, comma 1. And if you graph this, that'd be 1, 2, up 1. They have it graphed there. We can then find the a value. So a squared is equal to 4, and b squared is equal to 9. So a is equal to plus and minus 2 when I take the square root of each side, and b is equal to plus and minus 3 when I take the square root of each side. So that tells me my co-vertices are going to be 2 for h, comma, k, which is 1, and it would be plus and minus 3. And then for the vertices, I would have h, which is 2, plus and minus a, which is 2, comma, k, which is 1. And for my foci, I would have 2 plus and minus, now I don't know c, but I can find c quickly by saying that c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Well, I know a squared and b squared, so c squared is equal to 4 plus 9. So c is equal to the root plus minus the root of 13. So I can say that this is plus minus the root of 13, comma the k value, which is 1. So I have all the vertices, the co-vertices, and the foci. I just need to write them out. So 2 plus 2 would be 4, comma 1. That's one vertice. 2 minus 2 is 0, comma 1. That's the other vertice. This would just be, I'm going to leave it like this. I don't have to write both of those out. Can't really simplify them anyways, but it's 2 plus root 13, comma 1, and then 2 minus root 13, comma 1 for the foci. And then for the co-vertices, we'd get 2, comma, 1 plus 3 is 4, and then 2, comma, 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. And you can see if we graph those, 2, 4 would be right here. That's already graphed. 2, negative 2 would be here. We've got 4, 1, which is right there. And we've got 0, 1, which is here. We could also, we never did find the asymptotes. We could also say that the asymptotes would be b divided by a. Well, b is 3 and a is 2. So our asymptotes would be y equals plus and minus 3 over 2x. And if you graph those from this spot here, you would get 2 lines that would look like this.